Today we are living in times of increasing protectionism in trade. Like countries, not only the United States but all around the world, preferring to protect their markets, and isolationism, protectionism, these are on rise. Now, in this period, so what we see on behalf of some countries, including China, is increasing efforts, increasing attempts for trade diversification. So I think that the era of trade liberalization has come to a sort of an end, unfortunately, let's say so. But now countries like China are making more efforts to diversify their trade partners in order to protect themselves, in order to hedge their bets, given the increasing protectionism all around the world. So this is why China is making efforts not to put all the eggs in the same basket, but diversifying trade partners in order not to be in a difficult situation when faced by increasing protectionism. So what now this trade diversification on behalf of China is actually, in my opinion, working in different directions. It's kind of a global phenomenon because given the trade wars and facing increasing protectionism by one of its major trading partners, the United States, China is now making efforts to open up not to a small number of alternative markets, but a variety of a high number of different markets, different sources for its imports and different destinations for its exports. And we see China getting more involved in Latin American markets, for example, in agricultural products. We see China getting more involved in food markets in Southeast Asia, like Vietnam. We see China making more openings, taking more initiatives in the Middle Eastern and African markets. So I think, in a nutshell, so it's an age of trade diversification. Countries like China have to do this, and China is one of the most successful countries in this respect, because facing problems, facing increased protectionism by its major partners, Chinese exporters and importers are now, all around the world, exploring opportunities elsewhere in order to, hedge their bets, in order to diversify, so that they won't be in a difficult position when trade stops because of political reasons, because of protectionism. Well, first of all, competition is inevitable. Like competition between Turkey and China in these regions, in Turkey's near neighborhood, like the Middle East, the Caucasus, Central Asia, and so on. Competition is, it's a fact, and it will be a fact more so in the near future. Like, for example, think about the construction sector. China has a big construction industry. If you look at the list of the largest internationally active construction companies in the world, China is leading the list with the highest highest number of entries. Turkey is second. So Turkey and China are the construction giants of the world. So therefore, if you talk about construction business in the Middle East, in Africa, or elsewhere, competition is likely to happen between the companies from two countries. But competition can be a good thing. Competition is good. Competition helps you to improve yourself. So I think we should also have a positive look at competing with China, competing with companies. Now, this is one thing, but on the other hand, as long as the competitive advantages of two sides can complement each other, like as long as the two sides, a Turkish company and a Chinese company, can bring different things to the same table so that they can, build something, build a value together, of course this is going to happen. Cooperation is also going to happen. And I think so the Middle East will be one of the regions where we should focus in terms of potential, possible Turkish-Chinese cooperation, because the Middle East has certain needs. Like in the Middle East, you see countries that are making significant efforts for their domestic development, including efforts for diversification away from oil, so that they don't depend on oil and gas that much and diversify into new industries. So they are opening up to new industries. That's an opportunity for Turkey and China. And also in the Middle East, we have countries that will require significant amounts of work and investment for their post-conflict reconstruction, like Syria, like Iraq. In these areas, I think in different industries, now I'm not talking about construction, but many different industries, including different kinds of manufacturing, there will be possibilities for Turkish-Chinese cooperation, for Turkish-Chinese joint ventures, because I think, especially in the Middle East, both sides have certain competitive advantages which the other side doesn't have. So when you bring them together, so this is the real thing. This is how you create value. So if it's about mutual benefits, so why not? It's going to happen because Turkish company will benefit, Chinese company will benefit, but most importantly, the host country, the Middle East country that we are talking about, be it Syria or Iraq or elsewhere, they will benefit. So why not? This is a possibility and this is likely to happen.